What's going on, fam? It's your man Vacay-Jay. We are back with another live event. Are you ready? Are you set to go? I'm ready. Are you ready? Fam, I'm excited. We got a double header today, so we're going to get right to it because, yeah, we got a lot to go through in a little bit of time. Of course, happy to see all of you out there. And I got to bring up my friends. You know, it's Vacay-Jaytv and Friends. So I got to bring up my friends, right? I got to bring up the people. That's right. We are covering Power Book 4, Force Episode 2. And I'm excited. Let me bring up these lovely ladies. Who am I bringing up first? Yeah, we're gonna change it around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring up, she on the beat, she on the scene. She doing big things out of Detroit. Detroit, for real, for real. She representing the D, and she coming full fledged today. I almost didn't recognize her when she came up. You'll see why. But here she is. You know who I'm talking about. Straight out the D, the legendary Nikki on the beat. Nikki on the beat. Hey, what's
Hey,
good?
what's up, bruh? I know you didn't recognize me for a second.
I was like, who is this Caucasian lady coming on my set? It's all good. Welcome, sis. Welcome, sis. Looking good, looking good. And of course, I gotta bring up, you know who it is. She's staying ruthless. She's staying dangerous. She don't mess around. I mean, a lot of y'all don't know. Like, she all sweet and nice, you know what I'm saying? But don't mess with her, B, because she ruthless for real, for real. Like, she representing that MIA, yo. You know what I mean? Who am I talking about? That's right. I'm talking about none other than Tika Deshawn, all things ruthless. What's good? What's good?
What's good, Nikki? What's good, Vacay-Jay? Y'all ready for this power to
Good.
the shy type situation that we got going on today?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope y'all ready. Let's shout out the people. Let's shout out the folks. Family, if you just joined us, definitely hit that like button and absolutely shout yourselves out. Definitely. What's going on, Daria? How you doing? I see you. I see you. What's good? And yeah, who else do we have? That's right. Candy Love is in the building. What's going on, Candy Love? Hey, listen, I'm waiting for that channel. I'm waiting for you to jump off the porch for real. We waiting to see what's going on with Candy Love and what she gonna be bringing to the YouTube streets for real. What's going on? I see Connie's in the building. Hey, Connie McCracklin. I like that last name, McCracklin. You know what I'm saying? It's always cracking with the
Hey,
McCracklin.
that's a boss right there. What's
I
good,
see.
Tony? That's a BO double to the
Oh
SSSSS. Like
shoot.
H2D Entertainment. Hey,
Oh shoot,
that's all I'm
H2D
saying.
Entertainment is in the building representing.
Okay.
What's good, Miss McCracklin? All right, I like that name though. It's like fire, like it's cracking with Miss McCracklin. All right, that's right, Candy Love. We see you. We see you. It's
Hey,
time. It's
girl.
listen, Candy Love. You know we got love for you. You know we gonna support you. You know that. So definitely go ahead. Let's get this thing popping. Start that YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? You know we're gonna support you. You already know that. You already know that. All right, y'all ready to get into this?
Let's go.
Okay. So listen, there's a lot going on the scene. I mean, this weekend was kind of crazy. There's a lot to talk about. So we got a little bit of current events that we're going to do in this session, and then we're going to do a little bit. I'm going to hold the rest for the next session we do with the Shy because it's a lot going on. So y'all know what it is. It is time for. All right, family. Welcome. Can you hear me? Can you feel me? This is the current events. Welcome. Yes. We're talking about a lot of things today, family. Of course, we are talking about Power Book 2 Force Episode 2. And I got a couple of news things for you. Some couple of things that's going on that's happened this weekend. And we're going to chat about it for a little bit. And definitely drop your comments below. First and foremost, got to get this out of the way. I am from New York. For those that know me, you know I'm from New York. So today is 9/11. So we want to salute everybody. We want to salute all the families. We will never forget all the firefighters, all the rescue teams, and everybody that came through. And not only in New York, but each and every one of these places, that everything happened on 9/11. So we will never forget. We definitely want to show love to all the families out there still suffering till this day, right? And everybody that survived that. All right. I mean, I remember being there, and I was in New York at the time, but I was nowhere near the city. And my boy, he lived in Brooklyn, and he was on the roof, and he called me. He said, "Yo, bro, turn on the TV." And I turned on the TV, and I saw all these, things going on. I saw the buildings on fire. And I was like, "What is this, a movie?" He's like, "Nah, bro, this is the real thing. I'm on the roof in Brooklyn, and papers are flying all over." So it was like a nightmare in real life. So, I was there, and again, I'm praying for everybody that was there and they went through that. And the survivors, because there's a lot of firefighters and rescue people that sacrificed their life to save a lot of folks, and there was a lot of folks that passed as well. So 9/11, we will never forget. All right, fam. So the next news. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I move on, did y'all want to say anything? Want to add anything?
Oh, yeah. I was actually, what you're saying, I was actually supposed to be in New York. I was actually on the tour for Chicago the Musical, Bob Fosse's Tony Award-winning show. We were in Thousand Oaks, California, and all of a sudden that morning, we couldn't even get in touch with family, friends, whatnot. Everybody was going nuts. And they just told us all Broadway shows, all touring shows shut down for the next 2 days. And our load-in crew was loading into the theater as it was happening. And Ingrid Kottke, our stage manager, who I just saw, actually just put in a VHS tape in the VCR, literally, and filmed what was going on. And they just stopped what they were doing. And I got in touch with my mom, because my mom, of course, was here in Detroit. But the crazy thing was, I was supposed to be back in New York just a few blocks from where it happened, because I was supposed to get back for another audition for another Broadway show. And for some reason, 2 days before that, 3 days before that, I could not get a flight out. So that was nothing but God. Nothing but God.
Amen.
And I remember talking to my friends, Charlie Brown and family and whatnot. And it was just absolutely crazy. So yes, my heart, my prayers. This is something that we'll never get over. We'll always remember, but we have to keep everybody lifted during that, because that was just an absolutely crazy time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, we will never forget. Tika Deshawn, you want to add anything?
Listen, I was on a military installation, but in the hospital at the time, and I was actually supposed to be discharged. But because of everything that was going on with 9/11, nobody was able to move in and out. So even though it happened directly in New York, it still affected everybody around the world. Whether it was military installation or even in your private neighborhoods. So all I can say is continue prayers to the families and friends of those people, those survivors, as well as the ones that unfortunately lost their lives, because that's a hard thing. That's a very tragic thing. And then to have to relive it every year with people continually saying, we'll never forget. No, we will never forget. And we absolutely, definitely send our prayers to everyone who had to live through it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you both for adding that again. Shout out to the family, yeah, absolutely. All right, fam, let's get on to the other news. In other news, again, we are reporting, according to the source, right? According to the source, Neo's not in the news, but Neo's ex is being arrested for helping her son fight another child at the bus stop. Allegedly, like, this went down, and like, she was helping her son. I guess that somebody was picking on her son, and she was helping her son. I guess she was jumping in there doing something. This is kind of crazy. What are your thoughts on this wildness right here? Anybody?
I'll jump in real quick. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not a mother, but I can understand a mother's love for their child. And especially when someone is bullying, especially because we have so many different things going on with bullying in school and kids, going to really bad situations because of bullying in school. So I can understand a mother's love and instant reaction to being mama bear, lioness, protect my baby cub, and wanting to assess the situation. However, I don't think it was the best situation to go in. That's on that type of situation, you know, maybe come in, get the other parents involved.
Right.
I know a lot of people don't want to get to having meetings and things like that, but you actually have to follow proper protocol and proper paperwork so that there is a paper trail and things like that of things happening and whether this has happened to another child at the school or not. You got to be careful about stuff like this. You really do have to be careful because it can go so left and so wrong really quickly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tika Deshawn, your thoughts?
Yeah, being a mom, it makes you question what you would actually do in that instance. I'm with Nikki. You know, of course, I would want to defend my child at all costs, but basically, you can't be fighting other people's kids. Like, just get the law involved, or if that's what you do, get the law involved, or talk to the other parents. If that don't work, there one way. Well, if one thing doesn't work, another one will. But you know, creating another altercation or fighting with these little kids is it's only gonna get you in trouble. You're gonna catch a charge, and they're gonna be at home, and your son or child may still be at school or wherever the case may be, and still be getting bullied. So you have to, unfortunately, not unfortunately, but you just have to get the other parties, parents involved. Yeah. Now the old me would have been like, oh yeah, let's go in. But these days you can't do that. You catch charges like that.
Yeah, you definitely will. You definitely will. Let's see what Miss McCracklin is saying. So you can't put your hands on someone's child. Get the authorities involved and create a paper trail. Although most moms be ready to throw hands, that's true. I mean, you ain't saying nothing but the truth right there. So absolutely, listen. You know, I hope they get that together. Hope they get it together. All right. And in other news, family, in other news, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I think this is the last piece right here. For the first time in history, family, for the first time in Power history, Tommy Egan got shot. That's right. Tommy Egan finally got a little round, and yeah, he was down for the very first time, family. So, you know, we're gonna get into your thoughts about that, but shout out to my brother Brillo for sending me these pics. Yeah, you know, he's never been shot before, but he doesn't look like he's doing a great job as far as being shot. But we're gonna get into that. All right, family. So yes, that's right. First time in history. So this marks the history in power in the Power universe. That year, Tommy finally got hit. But we're gonna get into episode 2, fam. But for right now, that is the news. We'll be right back. All right, fam. We are back, family, to cover Power Book 4 Force. Are you guys ready? I see you in the chat. Listen, we're gonna talk about ratings first. We're gonna talk about ratings. A lot of folks gave it a 10. Some folks gave it a 9. Some folks gave it some folks gave it a lot of things, but I'm interested to find out what's your rating. We'll go to you, Nikki, on the beat. What is your rating for episode 2 of Power 4 Force?
I give it a 9. I give it a 9. Power always gives me what I need. Like storyline, it gives you the meat and potatoes. It gives you that sink your teeth into it. It gives you your surprises. Trust me, yes, I was about to pass out when I saw the time he got hit. Okay. I thought to myself, I was like, wait, no.
Right.
And it is, you're right. It is the first time we've ever seen him get hit.
Yeah.
That's the very first time. I can't believe that. But Power never disappoints. Never disappoints me. Even when it's in the in-between stages of going from one episode to the next and getting to the middle storylines and middle season episodes. This gave it to me. Like, it's really unfolding everything, but it's hitting you hard, and then you're getting surprises at just when you get adjusted to one scene, and then you turn around, you're like, oh shoot, dang, that just happened. So it's giving it to you on whoever the writers are on Power. You guys need to teach a workshop. Teach a workshop, please. Please teach a workshop so that people can understand how to set up shows so that you're always getting the fire, whether it's the beginning of the season or the middle of the season or the end of the season.
Gotcha. All right. Tika Deshawn, all things ruthless. What do you rate episode 2 of Power Four Force?
Listen, I'm so extra. I gave it a 9.9.99999. I am so extra. And to all you haters out there that just were so excited that Tommy got popped, oh well, you got one. That's all you're gonna get for the rest of the season. we not with Tommy getting popped again. That's all I'm saying. But I absolutely, you know my reaction. I absolutely enjoyed the episode. I was lifted, like had my head on the swivel, like watch your back, Tommy, like do this, like I'm literally talking to him through the screen. So I absolutely loved it. 9.9.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a solid 9. I'm gonna give it a solid 9. A lot of great stuff popped off. I mean, Tommy with his master plan. The first interaction of Maria and Tommy, and definitely my man Diamond finally getting it in. You know what I'm saying? Finally getting the clapping of the cheekage that he deserves to get. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go to a new segment of the show, and I call this greatest surprise and greatest disappointment. So I know we only 2 episodes in, but I want to hear your thoughts. What do you feel is the greatest surprise based on the character, right? Or what's the greatest disappointment from a character? All right, I'm going to go through a couple of names so you won't have to be like, I don't know, right? So let's go through this. I'm going to start off with this right here. What was your greatest surprise about Jannard or greatest disappointment about Diamond? Either way. We'll start with you, Nikki. You seem excited.
Oh, greatest surprise about Jannard. Oh, was the fact that if you caught him in that scene where his brother finally came to visit him and was letting him know what was up, if he touched Tommy, what was going to happen. Jannard, gives this whole machismo and bravado that, he's got everything together and he's calling the shots, but he really knows he's writing checks that his tail can't cash right now. He knows that. So the greatest surprise for me was him finally showing, even to us, the audience, that, dang, you know what? I might not be as set as I think I am. Because
right.
he came off that way. Diamond, I don't have any disappointments yet about Diamond. This episode,
I mean, you can say greatest surprise either way.
Diamond, I was like, oh yes. I have it was good to see Diamond in that. But if you notice, Diamond is kind of almost, I don't want to say totally, but almost a reinvented Ghost. Because if you listen to what Tommy said to him, he was like, yo, my old partner used to say that to me. So it's like Diamond is even now kind of keeping Tommy in check and kind of pulling the reins a bit, saying, whoa, wait a minute, we can't be doing all of this. Like, we need to do this, and this. So
he's trying.
He's kind of like the voice of reason, which is what I like to say.
Right. That's what I like to say too. Okay. Tika Deshawn, the greatest surprise or greatest disappointment, either one, Jannard or Diamond.
Okay. I didn't have any disappointments, but I will say that the greatest surprise was the fact that Diamond was getting it in with the po-po. Like, what? Like, what? So this is how you made it through your time in lockdown. So this is how it all went down. So that was definitely my greatest surprise, because I thought he was just so straight-laced and trying to stay out of trouble, but hey, he had to survive in while doing time.
Okay. Yeah, I want to say my greatest surprise was Diamond definitely with my greatest surprise. I could roll with you on that one, because Diamond was all about the last girl that he was with, but once he got that text message, like, it's over, I can't do this life, I was kind of surprised. It wasn't just one, it was 2. He had 2. He had in the beginning of the episode, and then in the middle, my man had the CO. It was like, okay. My greatest disappointment on Jannard is the fact that, he really doesn't get it. He's just he's using his machismo. He's just like, his ego is in the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm disappointed at the fact that he's not seeing this way sooner. He had to allow his brother to come and tell him the truth. Like, bro, you in a losing battle, man. Like, just stop while you ahead. So I'm kind of disappointed in Jannard. I'm also disappointed in Jannard at the fact that, the fact that he's taking money from this girl and he pretty much selling his sausage for money. That's what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? She like, I'm not making dinner. What you want to eat? Oh, I want to eat you. I was like, come on, man. He's like, kind of like you know what I'm saying? Like he's selling whatever he's doing. All right. Let's move on. Let's say Miguel and Merkovich. What's your greatest surprise or your greatest disappointment in either one? We'll start with you, Tika.
I thought Miguel. So my I guess as in disappointed, I thought that Miguel was like actually the boss, but we come to find out that he has his another boss that's on top of him, that's running him and telling him, hey, you got to move this type of way. There's no war between you and the Serbs. Like, you're doing what I tell you to do when I tell you to do it. So I was like thinking he was getting ready to pop off with that whole situation, but come to find out he got a boss that's bigger than him. So, and not just his grandmama, not just his abuelita, but he's got this other guy that's running and telling him what he needs to do. Right. So that was my disappointment with Miguel.
Okay.
But I'm still loving the character.
Okay. What about Merkovich? Anything on Merkovich?
Merkovich does not surprise me with anything. There's no disappointments or surprises. He just doesn't surprise me. Like, if you owe him, he's coming to collect. That's literally what you can expect from Merkovich. So nothing too major right there.
Okay. I'm disappointed in Merkovich because him squeezing Jannard the way that he's doing, that's like, come on, dog. Like, Jannard, Jannard is not the number one in CBI or any crew that he starts, and he's gonna tell you that this is your territory. Like, come on, dog. Like, Jannard don't call shots. So I'm disappointed in Merkovich for even believing that. But then he's squeezing money out of him too. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, Nikki, what was your greatest surprise and your greatest disappointment?
Yeah, same thing. I thought that Jannard was small time potatoes for him to be squeezing Jannard like that. Like, Jannard can't really do anything for you. He's basically a middleman's middleman. Basically is what he is. Miguel, I was definitely surprised because, especially from the first episode to the second episode, like, our first introduction to Miguel was so hardcore.
Right.
I mean, see him from the one guy, then it's just like, oh my gosh. And the thing is, you're thinking that he is really the FA in charge. And he really isn't. It's his abuelita that's in charge. And it's like, and then when she stepped out, that vintage hotness that she stepped out of, I was like, oh, that's the boss right there. You could tell she walks like a boss. She enters like a boss. She stands like a boss. Even with her sitting at the table with him, she didn't have to really raise her voice, but she got her point across of what needed to be done and how it needed to be done, and don't think he was going to veer off the beaten path from what she just said. So she's really the boss.
Right. Yeah. My greatest surprise with Miguel was the fact, I guess you could say it was a surprise and a disappointment when he was sitting there with the dude and the dude was talking mad trash. Like, if you go against the Serbs and mess up my money, I'm going to take your sister and do this and that, So I was kind of disappointed that he ain't just jump out of his seat and just, do what he needed to do. But I'm thinking they're allowing this to happen this way so that he can come back around. He could spin the block on this dude somehow, some way, and get him for saying all that craziness and definitely take out the Serbs. I think he's going to definitely go after the Serbs. Okay. All right. That was greatest surprise and greatest disappointment. Let's talk really quick about who goes harder, right? Who goes harder? So I'm going to name two people and you tell me who goes harder. All right. Based off of Power and the Power universe. All right. You might see some names that's like not in Power Book 4 Force. All right. So here we go. Who goes harder? Let's start off with this. Walter or Merkovich? Who you think goes harder? It's like, pressing like, they the man. They just, they will knock everything down. We'll start off with anybody.
I'll jump in. I don't know. Walter acts like he goes harder, but Walter really doesn't have the control that he portrays that he has. And we're starting to see that. So I'm going to say Mirkovich goes harder. Mirkovich and his team definitely go harder.
Okay, okay. Tika?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Milkovich definitely goes harder. He sprayed the most bullets from last season to this season. Walter is run by Dublin, therefore he can't really move without the say so of Dublin. So definitely Milkovich. He's spraying left, right, up, down, popping everybody. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I'm totally like disappointed in Walter. Like, Merkovich, he's in the streets. Like Merkovich will get his hands dirty. Like he messed around and with his crew beat down Jannard, and he's always on the scene. Like he's in the streets, but Walter, he just talking a whole bunch of junk, whatever. All right, who goes harder, the Serbs or the Mexicans? All right, Tika, who you think goes harder, the Serbs or the Mexicans?
so far the Serbs, because the Mexicans been getting attacked left and right, and the Serbs have been the hitters. So definitely the Serbs.
What you think, Nikki?
Serbs are the hit squad. Okay. Mexicans, they are literally like Tika said, getting hit left, right, and center, totally unprepared, just not ready, not set up for anything. Really, it's the Serbs that are the hit squad. They're coming hard and they're coming fast. So that's where my vote is.
Okay, okay. So I'm gonna be fair because this is only episode 2, right? It's only episode 2, and we haven't really seen the force of the Mexicans yet. They haven't had a chance to really display them. The Serbs, we've been seeing them all first season, and then we seeing them attacking the Mexicans in this last episode. So I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna say the Mexicans go harder. Watch, wait and see. I think they all gonna come out the woodwork. You know what I'm saying? Especially now with being attacked, and then now you got Abuelita Garcia coming to the spot to make sure everybody's okay. You know what I'm saying? So I think Abuelita, she's gonna be like, yeah, hey, it's time, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Because those Serbs, again, Tommy with his plan. Okay, let's get into this real
Can
quick.
I say real quick though?
Go ahead.
Shout out to Abuelita for calling Tommy Eminem. Like that was so freaking funny to me. I'm sorry, I just had to add that. That was just so funny to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's get into it, fam. Let's break this thing down. I honestly can say, I really enjoyed this episode, and I enjoyed the whole scheme scam, and I enjoyed, just the plan that Tommy came up with. Like seriously, like this was some good stuff. Like this was some good stuff. Like I like how Tommy, while he was hurt or acting like he was hurt. Nah, he was hurt. He was really hurt. Right? He was really listening and staying in tune and everything with, what they were saying. I just find it funny that they was talking English, while they were in the spot. And yeah, it was good to see these two together. What do you think about this? Like, I believe that Tommy has to work to get his skins now. You know what I'm saying? Like, Diamond is getting more skins than Tommy. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think about this interaction? I mean, how soon do you think this is going to pop off? Because Tommy, he usually don't take that long. Tika.
I mean, there's clearly an attraction between the two. He likes her eyes, she likes his eyes. There's clearly an attraction, and they both made it known.
Right.
It's just a matter of time. How much closer is she willing to get to Tommy? Considering, especially now, the fact that she knows exactly what he's doing. She's seen him get popped, or she's had to stitch him up. So who knows? It may actually be a turn on for her. She wants the good guy, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Nikki, when you think this gonna pop off? Next episode after that? I mean, I think it's getting close.
I think it's getting close. I would say let's give it mid-season because she's a different kind of woman. That he's never dealt with before, really. At least that we've seen. so far.
Right.
Like she already told him from the beginning, like, if you're involved in anything with my brother, like, you need to stay far away. That needs to happen. And I'm going to say they come from two different worlds, even though her brother is involved in that world.
Mm-hmm.
Her mindset is, nope, I want to take the straight and narrow. This is what I want to do. I want to be completely far away from that. Yes, the attraction is there. I'm going to say I give it mid-season, because keep in mind, Courtney Kemp said this before with characters getting together. She said, we write it so that there's a satisfaction, a cathartic satisfaction when the characters finally do get together. So not just give it to you for the sake of giving it to you because you want it to happen right now, but there has to be a cathartic reason for it to happen.
Yeah, I think they're doing it right. I think they're writing it right this time. I kind of felt like the whole Gloria thing was too fast for Tommy, right? I know he needed it, but I felt like, boom, like he's at the restaurant. She's like, I'm gonna cook you some food. I thought it was kind of like cheap in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like Gloria just met this guy, and now you want to cook for him, and the next thing you know, like the next episode, now you're in the bed with him. I like how they're writing this because honestly, it shows that Maria got some value to her, that she actually, is not the type to just jump in the bed with any man. You know what I'm saying? And she's actually warning him, like, you need to get away from all of us. You need to get away from all of this. Not like you need to get away with me, but you need to get away from all of this. You know what I'm saying? So she's not pushing him away necessarily, but she's trying to push him away from the whole involvement with the Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it actually gives me more respect for her. I actually got more respect for Maria as far as like her own self, knowing her self-worth. You know what I'm saying? All right. So this was the funny. Who mentioned this? Tika, you mentioned this, right? Or one of y'all mentioned this.
Yeah.
The whole meeting was hilarious with Abuelita Garcia coming through with the rag top. I mean, she looked like she is about no games at all. Like she's coming through like, what happened to my people? I want to make sure you're okay. And I think she's a loving grandma, but she's a different type of grandma. She a gangster grandma. I don't think we ever seen a gangster grandma, right, Tico? Right? I don't think we ever seen like a gangster grandma in power, right?
Definitely not in power. Not that I can recall.
Yeah. I mean, we seen grandma like Tariq's grandma, but she ain't nowhere near gangster. I mean, she an alcoholic, Nikki, right? She, she got some issues like everybody else, right? But Abuelita, man, she's the boss. She is the boss, and this is the part where he's like, "Hey, Abuela, I like your ride. It's kind of fresh, Snoop Dogg." Like this was the side of Tommy. I was like, "All right, this is." I'm gonna just be straight up. Like, again, the thoughts and views are individual thoughts and views, not necessarily representing the channel, but this is where I saw the white boy come out of. You knew I was going, Tika.
Yep.
This is where I saw the white boy come out of. Hey, I believe this. He's like, he's trying to relate, trying to connect. Yeah, Snoop Dogg, yeah. And she was like, come on, man. No habla English, man. I don't speak to you. Tell me about your reaction to her reaction, yo. Nikki, you can start with you. I'll start with you.
Okay, let me just say this. Abuelita was so fierce, just rolling up to the spot before the door was even opened up for her. And then when she stepped out the spot, stepped out of the car, just stepped towards them, her presence, nothing needed even to be said.
Right.
Like, the power of her presence was established, seen right there. She didn't even, and the way she walked past and looked at him like, who are you?
Right.
Who are you? She didn't even say it, but he knew what was what. That's why he tried to come with the comment like, yo, this fresh ride, like from the rag top to the boots. Like, he was trying to get in, and she was like, basically, who are you?
Yeah, he was trying. He was trying. Tika, what's your thoughts on Abuelita and that whole reaction?
Listen, I was like, yes, Abuelita, put him in his place. Let him know that you're in charge. And just like Nikki said, she came through smooth, shades on, drop top, they call those lowriders in LA. And she was bobbing right on through. And Tommy, again, Eminem, he was like, as if I ain't heard that before, or he said, I never heard that before. Yeah, okay, we get the pun, because it's either Eminem or Gary Owen that people are calling him. But I absolutely love that interaction between the two of them. It was hilarious to me. And Abuelita, she ain't coming to play. Like, I don't know you. You're not my friend. So don't act like we're friends. Don't try to associate with me because of I'm riding in a certain vehicle. Don't try to act like you know me. So yeah, I was here for that.
Got you. Yeah. Listen, Angela, I agree with you. Tommy was trying to fill out. I get it. But that may not have been the right time or place. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't coming there, and I guess he wanted to make his presence felt like, hey, you know what? I'm here. You may not know who I am, but hi. It's like one of those, hey, hi, how you doing? Like, nice to meet you. And she's like, I'm not here for you, dog. I'm not here for you, dog. Like, what do you talk? Like, why are you even in my presence, B? You know what I'm saying? So I like Abuelita so far. We're going to see more of her. All right. What's going on? We haven't even talked about this. What's up, EJ? I saw you, EJ, come through. What's going on with you? Let's talk about Stacey. I call her what? Stacey Adams, right?
Yeah, Stacey Marks.
Stacey Marks. I was like, talk about the shoe.
About the lady out the whole shoe, name brand.
I call her Stacey Adams. But Stacey is real gun ho about getting this task force, man. Like, and shout out again, that's Dre from The Chi. Shout out to, the actress, because she's playing both roles. She's doing it very well. And she really wants this task force to go down. They are not feeling her at all. They're like, yeah, you got to get this, you got to get that, So, like we were introduced to Bobby. Let's go back a little bit. Bobby in the beginning, right? Bobby is her husband, right? Bobby is her husband. This is the guy right here. This is Bobby. And he seems to be like the captain or whatever, but he's like a no-nonsense type of guy. Like, he knows the streets and everything else like that. So, hey, this is going to happen based off of the end, right? We know what happened at the end. But I think he's going to be a problem for Tommy. He's going to be a problem for Tommy, for real. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk.
Can I say
yes,
real quick?
Yeah.
I see why the nobody's really messing with her. Like, I see why nobody's really messing with Marks, because we find out that she tried to take a whole police force down for their misconduct. So that's why nobody's really messing with her, not the mayor, not anybody. So, I thought it was, important that we know why nobody wants to really form a task force with her specifically.
Good stuff. We know you do your recon work. Good stuff, Tika Deshawn. All right. Absolutely. So, we'll see what goes down. I already know it's going to happen, though. We know it's going to happen. We know it's going to go down. Let's talk about Little K, man. Little K, he's a problem. Like, that last episode, he tried to spray at Tommy. Right? Now, Jannard already told him, like, yo, back down. When it's time to make a move, I'll let you know. But turn around, he sprayed at Tommy and then took out that little girl. Like, come on, talk to me about this guy right here. And specifically, I want y'all to give me your thoughts about him talking to specifically Jannard's girlfriend. And that's his girlfriend, right? Shanti's his girlfriend. Talk to me. We'll start with you, Nikki. What are your thoughts on this Little K guy, man?
Little K is a big problem. Let's say that.
Yeah.
A huge problem. Number one, hood rule number one, you're not talking to your homie's girl on any type of business without your homie present. That's big thing right there. Also, but you heard Jannard call them insubordinate. So they're all kind of doing their own thing. They're all kind of like marching to the beat of their own drum, even though they're kind of under Jannard. Yeah. They also want to get their rocks off, popping somebody off. That's basically what they're doing. So he doesn't really, like we said before, he doesn't have the control over them like he would like to think he does. So, when that happens, and that's happening inside your crew. And then we already have a situation where it's a treason type of a situation where now CBI is split, and some are under Diamond, some are under Jannard, and really some really just want whatever is the best deal they can get. They're not really loyal to either one of them. Case in point, Chewy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's self-explanatory right there. So they are not even a little bit, a bit insubordinate. And they could really jump ship at any point in time and go whichever way the wind blows when the wind blows. So I wouldn't really put too much faith in that being part of my crew. Let's just say that.
Got you. All right. Tika Deshawn, talk to me. What are your thoughts on Little K, that whole interaction? Like, he ain't even making sense right now.
Listen, Lil K was just, again, he was running his mouth. I don't think he knew Shanti and Jannard are like kicking it like that. I think he thinks that that's just another worker for Jannard or somebody else that's bringing in money for Jannard.
Nah, he said your man is tripping, so he knows that he knows they connecting. He knows they're connecting. Yeah.
All right. Well, either way, whether he knew or not, at the end of the day, bruh, it don't matter who you're talking to. Like, keep your mouth shut. If you're gonna do your dirt, do it with your mouth shut. But he talked too much, and he's Little K got a Napoleon complex where he's got to prove his ground, and he's got to prove that he's about that life. I just want to see which one is going to get him first, whether it's going to be Jannard or if it's going to be Tommy. That's what I want to see. Which one is going to snatch him up, because he is very insubordinate, and you know it's about time for him to check out. And I just want to see which one is going to actually do it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you know, she's going to tell him. You already know she going to let him know, and she did. She did let him know, like, hey, you know what? I don't mean to spoil the mood or whatever. I know you just, you know, ate the groceries and all of that, but listen, your boys is definitely, you know, committing treason against you. So you need to straighten that out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's a ride or die though, which I like. I like that about her. You know, somebody says she's the real MVP, and I definitely give it to her for, you know, trying to hold him down, even though, like, she clearly sees that he's not on top like that. You know what I'm saying? So she's a good woman trying to support her man. You know what I'm saying? And it looked like she always liked him, and he's finally just kind of like giving her the time of day, you know, especially when she giving up the dough. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're giving up the money, you know? So, yep. Anything else stand out to you guys? This part with these guys, I'm kind of tired of them, to be honest with you. To be honest, I'm kind of tired of them. I want the Flynns are not strong. They're super weak right now. You know what I'm saying? So
they were never really that strong. they were. And I'm so over Claudia right now. Please, can please hurry up and find out what she did?
Yeah.
Please. So we can move on from this.
It's gonna happen. It's going to happen.
Never really had control of his kids anyway. We saw that from the beginning. They're both kind of jockeying for position with dad. Claudia, we already know the situation with that. I mean, that was a dope move though on Tommy's part though, to kind of get Dahlia put out there with bootleg versions.
It was.
That was but Claudia is not as strong and powerful and in position like they were portraying her at first. Like, we thought she really was the brains behind the whole operation. The whole operation is going to hell in a handbasket with gasoline draws right now. So as we just saw with the situation where she was basically getting her a little masculine taste, we'll say.
Masculine taste. Okay. Tika Deshawn, talk to me.
She doesn't.
Yeah. Tika, what's your thoughts on the Flynns? Because I'm tired of them, tired of this storyline. What's up?
Yeah, they're fighting each other. They can't get along long enough to actually have a decent organization, even if they wanted to. They definitely don't love their father. However, Claudia is actually the one that's really trying to get the business, and Vic, he could care less about the business. He just wants to kind of move on. Yeah, he wants some shape, form, or fashion of power, but he doesn't want to do it with his father. And I know we're going to see later on where he's going to be definitely trying to take out his father from with the business from within, as opposed to just outright doing it. And that daddy is just like so disrespectful to Claudia. Told her she don't have any nuts, and I mean, can I say that?
You can
she
say
don't
nuts.
have any cojones or nothing, like just straight up disrespectful. And she's like, I don't want those. I just want, my position. And so it's just, I'm over Walter Flynn since season 1. I was looking forward to him being on his I was looking forward to him being in the hospital somewhere, coughing a little bit more, but they keep keeping him around for some reason.
Yeah. We thought he was on his way out, but he ain't going nowhere, it looks like. And he keeps playing Claudia. Come on, ain't what they say, ain't nothing worse than a woman scorned, man. And I think she's at that point where
But
she is going to
remember
flip
the
that.
first season when he had her meet with the alderman and he told her to put a little sugar on it? That's basically all he was using his daughter for.
Oh yeah.
The icing and sugar.
Yeah, he's a piece of doo-doo. Okay, we know that. He's a piece of doo-doo. Let's wrap this up with this mega plan that I thought was pretty genius, where Tommy and the crew, they go get 2 serves, they take them out, they get the bodies, they take the bodies with them, and then they go to the spot where the Mexicans got all this product. You see all that product that they had? Yo, they jacked them for all of that. It was a lot. Like, look at that. Crazy. That gotta be like almost, I don't want to say 2 tons. That's a lot. 2 tons is a lot, but that's a lot of product right there. You know what I'm saying? And they jacked them and then they planted the serves, which is genius because now, this guy right here, like I said, watch out for this guy because he a little bit too excited, man. You need to be cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you skimming off the top. He look like that type. You know what I'm saying? But like this again, shout out to my man Brillo with his segment called Point Out the Goofy. We was laughing about this when I was on his show. And this was kind of goofy when dude was firing back. He ran out of bullets. And Tommy like punched him in the grill on a really goofy way. And then here comes Diamond running him over like it was a cartoon. You know what I'm saying? So, it was a pretty funny part. But yeah, they executed this plan really, really good. I really like how they played this out. What you think, Tika? Did they do a good job with this plan?
Oh, most definitely. Like the war that Miguel and the family is trying to avoid, they've literally sparked that war. So what better way to do it than to make it seem as if the Serbs had something to do with taking their product? So yeah, definitely a genius idea.
Definitely. Nikki, your thoughts on it?
I loved it. It was a bit of comic relief too, even though
It was.
it's so serious and so hardcore and so intense. A lot of times with power, even in the midst of that scene, that's called genius writing too, especially from the writers team and especially from the actors, the way that they can see the nuggets and the nuances in the writing and turn that into even a comedic type of situation, even though it's so super intense. So that's just talent all around the board. So like I said, writers on Power, please do a workshop, please, for somebody.
They doing well. I think they're doing well. They're doing way greater than last season. Again, last season, I know we had to wait, we had to be patient, we had to do this. But even some of the episodes, a few of the episodes was like, that's all right. It was just all right. But this out the gate, episode number 2, out the gate, super intense. I like what I'm seeing. I like where it's going to. Even though we kind of have an idea of where it's going and what the plan is, as far as the Mexicans going against the Serbs, that's the obvious part. But they're saying in the next episode, and I'm just kind of getting ahead a little bit, they're saying that they're going to take all that product that I just showed and they're going to put it in the prison system. How do you think they're going to get it into the prison system if y'all want to expand on that?
I mean, it's easy to get the CO to take some stuff in there. I mean, it's easy to throw some stuff over a gate. It's easy to put it in a basketball and toss it over the gate of a prison, the guard line. You know what I mean? There's multiple ways, and there's very vulnerable people that will take money to get that product in there. They can also put it in the little ramen noodles, the packaging. There's a way that makes it look like it's been sealed already. There's a way to get it in there.
Look at you.
10
Coming from
years
the CEO.
DDC.
That's it.
I never did it. I ain't.
Right. Of course, you ain't do it. Nah. We know you ain't do it, Tika. Nah. Definitely not you. Not Tika Deshawn, all things ruthless. We ain't claiming
It was my
that.
job to investigate when stuff like that happened.
Oh yeah. No, I get it. I definitely get it. And yeah, I mean, coming from your perspective, listen, I believe you. I believe all the crazy things that they try to do, put it in a Bible. You know what I'm saying? I want to give him a Bible, so he can make his prayers, right? Oh, I got a package, but of course they check the packages. But there's so many ways to get it through. And Nikki on the beat, your final thoughts as we wrap this up and get ready for our next session.
I'm just saying, I'm so in love with this season. Of course, I am, like, straight out the gate, just in love with the writing, with the nuances, with the new faces that we're seeing, the level of talent, the level of skill. They brought it. Like, this is how you kick open a season. And this is how you keep everybody, like, you grab, what we say in theaters, you grab them by the throat from the beginning. And they're grabbing us by the throat right now. Like, this is crazy. It's bananas, just the way everything's being laid out. And you can tell that they really, really put some thought into the writing this season, but also the new characters and how they were going to be woven in, and what type of, because remember, if you go back to anything that you've ever seen Courtney Kemp always talk about with power, with anything having to do with power, whether it's the other parts of the universe, it's always about who has the power. So that's kind of how they establish their writing. So especially when people are showing up in a scene, now I'm looking at it like, okay, are we playing chess right now? Like, who's got the power right now? Like, who do I need to be paying attention to right now? Like, what might be happening next episode from what I saw from this episode from this person? So I love it. Like I said, the writers, y'all need to teach a workshop.
Yeah, they definitely doing their thing this season, and special shout out, to one of my favorite directors, Eve Rivera. Shout out to you. BX is in the building. New York is in the building.
You know how like Eve goes back to music.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Eve Rivera, man, that's my guy right there. He does, like, he directs the best episodes to me. That's just for me. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're going to wrap this up, family. It is now the top of the hour. Family, we're going to get ready for the next session. Hold on tight. Come on back. We're going to break down the Shy, but this was the live discussion for episode 2, Power Before Force. Again, give us about 5-10 minutes. We're going to come right back, and then we're going to get into the Shy. All right, family? All right, we'll see you soon. Till next time. Salute.